The rich uncle who destroyed our family. The door banged open so hard it hit the wall, and before I could even turn around, my uncle stormed into the living room like a man possessed. His shoes were still dusty, his tie loosened, and his eyes were burning with a kind of anger I had never seen before. My mother stood up instinctively, her hands trembling at her sides. "What exactly do you think you're doing?" he shouted, his voice shaking the walls. "I asked you to explain," my mother said quietly. "Just explain why the land documents are no longer in my husband's name." The slap came fast. Sharp. Loud. 1 second my uncle's hand was in the air, the next it had collided with my mother's face. She stumbled backward, hitting the edge of the table. I screamed. The glass I was holding fell and shattered, but the sound didn't even matter anymore. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would burst through my chest. That was the moment everything became clear. Not later. Not after the court case. Not after the family broke apart. Right there, in that living room, I knew our family was already destroyed. We were just standing in the ruins, pretending we could still rebuild. "Get out," my uncle barked, pointing toward the door. "All of you. I will not be insulted in my own house." "My husband built this house," my mother whispered, holding her cheek. "You know that." My uncle laughed, a cold, empty sound. "Your husband is dead. And dead men own nothing." I wanted to attack him. I wanted to scream until my throat tore open. But my legs wouldn't move. Fear glued me to the floor. Before all this, we were a normal family. We didn't have luxury, but we had peace. My father used to wake up before dawn, his alarm ringing softly so it wouldn't disturb us. I'd hear him humming while tying his shoes. He always smelled of soap and determination. Every evening, no matter how tired he was, he sat with us at the table. "Eat slowly," he'd say, smiling. "Food tastes better when you're in a hurry." My uncle was the opposite. Loud. Flashy. Powerful. He arrived at family gatherings in expensive cars, stepping out like the world belonged to him. People straightened their backs when he spoke. Even my father lowered his voice around him. "Your uncle is successful," my father once told me. "But don't confuse money with character." I didn't understand then. When my father fell sick, everything changed. It started with headaches. Then weakness. Then pain so severe he couldn't hide it anymore. Hospitals became our second home. The bills piled up faster than we could count them. That's when my uncle appeared, like a hero in a movie. "I'll handle it," he said, pulling out his phone. "Money shouldn't be your worry right now." My mother cried and thanked him. I thanked him too. I thought God had sent him. But one night, when the hospital room was quiet and machines beeped softly, my father held my hand. His grip was weak, but urgent. "If I don't make it," he whispered, "don't let your uncle control everything." I frowned. Why would he hurt us? My father closed his eyes. "Promise me." "I promise," I said. 2 weeks later, my father died. The house filled with people dressed in black. Crying. Praying. Whispering. My uncle stood in the center of it all, calm, organized, commanding. "Bring the documents. Call the lawyer. I'll take care of everything." At first, it felt like relief. But slowly, things started slipping out of our hands. After the burial, he asked for my father's papers. My mother hesitated. "Why don't we wait a little?" she asked. My uncle frowned. "Wait for what? People who will steal from you?" "I'm family." Reluctantly, she handed them over. From that day, nothing felt like it belonged to us anymore. Bills were paid only when he approved. Decisions were made without us. If we asked questions, he got irritated. "You're being emotional," he'd tell my mother. You don't understand business, he told me. He began pulling us apart quietly. Telling my younger brother that I was too curious. Telling my sister that my mother was weak. Telling my mother that the children didn't respect her anymore. Arguments started. Doors slammed. Silence replaced laughter. One evening, I overheard a phone call. They don't suspect anything, my uncle said. Once the transfer is finalized, it's done. My heart dropped into my stomach. Transfer. The next day, I confronted him. What transfer are you talking about? He stared at me like I was nothing. You're not part of this conversation. I went digging. Offices. Records. Papers. That's when I saw it. Our house. My father's land. His business. All under my uncle's name. When I told my mother, she didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just sat down slowly, like her bones had turned to dust. We trusted him, she whispered. We confronted him together. You planned this, I said. He smiled. Planned what? Saving you. You stole from your own brother, my mother said, tears streaming down her face. He's dead, my uncle snapped. And you people are helpless. That argument exploded into chaos. Neighbors gathered. Voices rose. And then came the slap. After that day, everything burned faster. He stopped helping us completely. He told relatives we were greedy. Ungrateful. Wicked. Some believed him. Some avoided us. Family gatherings stopped inviting us. We went to court. Sitting there felt like begging for what already belonged to us. My uncle arrived in tailored suits with lawyers who spoke like machines. We arrived with hope and shaking hands. At home, my siblings stopped speaking. Accusations flew. This is your fault. No, it's yours. If you hadn't trusted him. My mother grew thinner every day. She stopped eating. Stopped talking. Sometimes I'd hear her crying softly at night, calling my father's name like he could answer. One night, she collapsed. As the ambulance doors closed, I looked at my uncle standing across the street, watching silently from his car. And I realized something terrifying. He didn't care if we survived.